She left her village to study abroad, and slowly, everything about her life began to change. If you love emotional stories with deep lessons, then you're in the right place. Subscribe for more stories that stay with you long after they end. Amara was just a quiet village girl with one old suitcase and a dream bigger than the tiny world she had always known. She came from a small village in Nigeria where opportunities were rare and almost everyone believed life would always remain the same. But not Amara. Every single night, she would sit outside their little house, looking up at airplanes crossing the sky, wondering what life looked like beyond her village. To her, the world felt bigger than the dusty roads she walked every day. Then, one morning, everything changed. Amara received an admission letter to study abroad at the prestigious Crown Ridge University. The entire village celebrated. People danced. Neighbors congratulated her parents. Some even called her the hope of the village. But behind all the celebration was sacrifice, painful sacrifice. Amara's father sold a piece of ancestral land, land that had belonged to their family for generations. The same land his own father protected his entire life. Her mother quietly sold her jewelry and valuable wrappers she had saved for years, not because they were rich, but because they believed their daughter deserved a better future. To Amara, studying abroad was never just an opportunity, it was a promise she could never afford to break. The morning she was leaving the village, her mother held her hands tightly at the bus park. Tears filled her eyes. Never forget where you came from. Amara nodded slowly. I won't disappoint you. When she finally arrived abroad, everything felt unreal. The tall buildings, the cold weather, the bright city lights. It felt like she had stepped into another world entirely. Inside her dorm room, Amara carefully unpacked her clothes. Then she hung a small Nigerian flag above her bed, just to remind herself of home. That was where she met her roommate, Jade. Jade was calm, kind, and intelligent. She immediately helped Amara settle into school life. You'll be okay here, Jade told her with a smile. And honestly, for the first few weeks, everything was perfect. Amara attended classes, studied hard, called her parents almost every night. She was focused, determined, and careful until she met Selena. Selena was the kind of girl everybody noticed immediately. Expensive clothes, luxury bags, VIP parties every weekend. She walked around campus like she owned the entire university. At first, Amara admired her from a distance, but one afternoon, Selena approached her at the cafeteria. You're the Nigerian village girl everybody talks about? Amara smiled nervously, but instead of mocking her, Selena became friendly, very friendly. She bought Amara expensive meals, invited her to luxurious parties, gave her gifts, and slowly, Amara became fascinated by Selena's glamorous lifestyle. Meanwhile, Jade noticed the changes immediately. You need to be careful around her, Jade warned one evening. But Amara became defensive. You're just judging her because she's rich. Jade sighed quietly. It's not about money. Something about her isn't right. But Selena was smart, very smart. She slowly separated Amara from Jade. She planted lies. She talks badly about you. She thinks you're too local. She's jealous of you. And little by little, Amara stopped trusting the only real friend she had. Soon, everything about her started changing. She skipped classes, stopped calling home regularly, started partying almost every weekend. The quiet village girl who once feared disappointing her parents was slowly becoming someone else. and she didn't even realize it. But Amara had no idea that Selena was hiding something dangerous behind the expensive lifestyle, behind the luxury parties. Selena was secretly dealing drugs around campus, and Jade had started noticing strange things: late night deliveries, secret phone calls, small packages hidden inside pillowcases. Quietly, without telling anyone, Jade began recording everything on her phone. At first, she only wanted evidence in case Amara got hurt, but she never imagined how badly things would end. One Friday night, Selena invited Amara to a massive house party. The music was loud. Students danced everywhere. Lights flashed across the room. For a moment, Amara forgot every warning Jade had given her. Then suddenly, someone screamed from downstairs. The police are coming! Panic exploded instantly. Students started running everywhere. Drinks shattered on the floor. People pushed each other, trying to escape. Amara suddenly felt dizzy. Earlier that night, Selena had handed her a drink. Now her vision became blurry. She could barely stand, and within seconds, she collapsed onto the couch unconscious. Then came the betrayal, the real betrayal. Thinking nobody was watching, Selena quietly stuffed several packets of drugs into Amara's handbag. Then she tried to escape through the back door, but someone saw everything. Jade. Jade had rushed to the party after hearing rumors online about a possible police raid. And the moment she entered the house, she saw Selena hiding the drugs. Immediately, Jade pulled out her phone and recorded everything. Moments later, police officers stormed into the house. The drugs were found inside Amara's bag. When she woke up, she was terrified, confused, surrounded by officers. "I swear they are not mine." But nobody believed her. The next morning, rumors spread across the entire university. The Nigerian girl was caught with drugs. Students whispered whenever she passed by. Some professors looked disappointed, and worst of all, her parents heard about it. Her father called her that night. His voice was shaking. "Amara, tell me this isn't true." That moment broke her completely. A few days later, Amara confronted Selena at a coffee shop near campus. "You set me up," Selena smirked coldly. "You should have stayed in your village." Those words shattered something inside Amara. The argument quickly became physical. Students gathered around watching until school officials rushed in and separated them. Both girls were immediately taken to the dean's office, and waiting there were the police. Amara sat there trembling, convinced her entire life was over. Then suddenly, the office door opened. Jade walked in holding her phone. "I have evidence." The room became silent. One by one, Jade presented months of recordings, videos of Selena selling drugs, secret deliveries, hidden packages inside pillowcases, and finally, the video from the party. The exact moment Selena planted the drugs inside Amara's bag, everyone froze. Selena's face lost all color. For the first time, she realized she had been caught. Police officers immediately arrested her. And just like that, Amara's name was finally cleared. But even after the truth came out, things were not easy. The rumors had already damaged her reputation. Some students still judged her, some avoided her completely. For weeks, Amara struggled with shame, guilt, and depression, not just because of the scandal, but because she realized she almost lost herself trying to fit into a world that was never truly hers. One evening, Imara sat alone in her dorm room staring at the small Nigerian flag above her bed, and she cried, not because she failed, but because she almost forgot who she really was. From that moment on, everything changed again, but this time for the better. She cut ties with toxic people, returned fully to her studies, and slowly rebuilt a friendship with Jade. Now, she finally understood something important. Not everyone who smiles at you is your friend, and not everyone who corrects you is against you. Years later, Amara graduated among the best students in her department. The same girl who almost lost everything walked proudly across the graduation stage and back in Nigeria. Her parents cried tears of joy, but her story didn't end there. After graduation, Amara returned to her village, not in shame, but with purpose. She started mentorship programs for young girls, helped students apply for scholarships abroad, and shared her story openly, warning others about peer pressure, fake friendships, and the danger of losing yourself just to feel accepted. Because sometimes the people who destroy your life don't arrive looking dangerous. Sometimes they arrive smiling, generous, and pretending to be your friend. And sometimes the person who truly saves you is the one who quietly stood beside you all along.